What's going on? Is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. It's Saturday morning, baby, which means that gotta take the 911 out so that we could play along with it. I just wanted to take the cover off and drive it a little bit. I'm gonna get it cleaned up and put the tarp back on it. So I removed the tarp off of the 911. This car has 1,008 miles on it. It's crazy. 1,008 miles on it. So we about to put it up for the season and then move along. So I got to go and check on some property, and I got to go and look at some real estate, some stuff that I'm looking to purchase. I got to stop by one of the project sites to see what the progress is, see if they broke ground on it. And that's what we doing, baby. We working. So shout out to the person that sent me this hat. I'm gonna give you a shout out on Millionaire Morning Show. For everybody that send me merch and stuff like that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We got Block Club coming up tomorrow. So I'm gonna be going over and we're gonna be doing a live stream so I can teach you everything that I know about real estate. Not doing it for you. Don't want your investment money. I'm just gonna teach you and show you the receipts of what I know so you can make an informed decision for yourself, all right? But in addition to that, I want to kind of speak to our political landscape when it comes around this whole FEMA situation and the hurricane and why you're going to have to save yourself. I know you're dependent on the federal government. I know that you're waiting to see who's going to be president of the United States of America. And let's be clear, I absolutely want Trump to win, 100%, because I think that he's best for the country, not just for myself. I think that he's best for our culture, our country, and what I would want the future to look like for my daughter. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my daughter. I'm doing this for future generations and the people that have to walk this earth, because I'm good. I'm set. I'm 42 years old. God willing, I get another 42 years on this earth, and I'm going to make it the best 42 ever. Every day I live life like it's my last day, and that is a gift. But my ultimate goal being on this earth is to serve God, be a reflection and a beacon of light, and be an example to the people that I serve, you guys. And then last but not least, to leave this earth in a better space had I not been here. And so I want my life on this earth to be purposeful. I don't want to just breathe and take up good oxygen and air and resources, and the only thing that I've left this earth with is trash, no wisdom. I didn't leave it all on the floor, and I didn't even get a chance to enjoy it. So many people are suffering. So many people are hurt. So many people are, in dire straits, and they have no hope of getting out because they have no resources. They don't have any assistance, and they don't even have anybody to look up to. So my goal is to help as much as I possibly can, and hopefully I add value into your life. And that's not what I see in the political landscape right now as far as the current administration. What I see is you pay into a system, I pay into a system, and I'm not complaining about it because I'm blessed, I got it to pay. Doesn't mean that I want to pay as much as I'm paying because I don't feel like I'm getting the value for my money, but I got it to pay, and I'm blessed for that. And so, I'm paying into a system that if anything happens, I can't depend on that system to save me. They not, because I'm looking at the people down there in North Carolina and Georgia and Florida, and Ron DeSantis had to basically do a press conference where he was advocating for the victims and even begging to make sure that we get this deal done to get the ports back open, which basically played into the hands of the longshoremen and the ILA union, right? The union boss. So now they got a 62% pay raise. Congratulations to them. And they still fighting for automation or against automation in order to preserve their jobs. And we have an administration that's going around doing rallies talking about hope and joy and coming together and all of this stupid stuff, instead of her talking about how she can position the United States of America to be in a better position to help its citizens. Our infrastructure is absolutely in shambles. but they did the infrastructure deal, which didn't do anything except for put more money in a whole bunch of people's pockets that didn't even help the American citizens. FEMA, Mayorkas said out of his own mouth that FEMA was running out of money, but then we were able to pull up the receipts to show how much money that they gave over there and spent towards the migrants. That's disrespectful. You mean that I pay literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in taxes? You've paid into a system 10, 20, 30. You make $50,000 a year, you make $100,000 a year. You giving a lot of money over into the federal government, over to your state. And then the minute that something happens, because you're paying into it for them to protect you. A lot of people don't understand. Taxes it's almost illegal in my mind. But you're paying taxes because you're collectively contributing into something that is supposed to benefit you. So I pay taxes to make sure that my roads are nice, that I can drive this car down that road, down said road. I pay taxes so that we have clean water and we have a good infrastructure and we have bridges, right? I pay taxes so that we can be protected with our military, not so that we can give our money away to other countries. I don't pay taxes so that if a hurricane or something comes through, or a tornado or a forest fire or any of that stuff happens, that when I depend on you in a system that I've been paying into, that I have no control of whether or not I can pay into it or not, because if I don't pay into it, I can go to jail. I'm not paying into this system so that it goes over to illegal migrants. I'm not paying into this system so that it goes over to Ukraine. I'm not paying into this system so that we can participate in proxy wars in Israel. I'm not paying into this system so that if a hurricane hits, you get $750 and you talking about baby formula? Baby formula? Man, fuck your baby formula, bro. Fuck your $750. And see, that's the thing. That's why we feel like we getting robbed. And then they want us to pay more, talking about pay your fair share. What's my fair share? I'm one person that feeds into a system that employs people, that feeds into the economy, pours into my neighborhoods, pours into my community, give people jobs and opportunity. And what the fuck is my fair share? What is more? I'm one person that take up less resources, and my lifestyle doesn't require as much as your lifestyle, and you make less than me, but I'm supposed to pay my fair share in order to ensure that your life is taken care of and that you can fund these proxy wars? Man, get out of here, bro. It's highway robbery. It is. It's highway robbery. And if you don't do it, then they can arrest you. Just checking out this neighborhood. I got to drive the whole neighborhood so I can see everything that's happening. That's a key. That's a small key, is that you got to go through the neighborhood in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night, especially when you potentially and prospectively looking to buy into something or you want to see something. You don't want to just look on Google. You don't want to just look on Redfin, Zillow, all of those places, Trulia, whatever it is that you're looking at. You don't want to just looking at the real estate websites and stuff like that. The all of this stuff that's being marketed to you. Forget all of that. Forget what the real estate agent. Go and check it out yourself. You got to do the legwork. That's why I tell people, if you are getting into this real estate game, you need to understand the areas and the neighborhoods. You can't just be, unless you laundering money of some sort, and I don't advise you do that. But you can't just let people do the legwork for you or be an out-of-town investor. Listen, you ain't that rich. You ain't no Asian bureaucrat or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. So, look pretty good. Anyways, I got to do a spin around and go and take care of some business. But I just want to let y'all know that you gonna have to save yourself. Regardless of how much you feel like you owed, you're going to have to save yourself. I see a lot of Trump signs out here. I see a lot of Trump signs out here. Oh, you don't believe me? You think I'm just making it up? Let me do a spin around for you. You got to save yourself, though. You can't depend on nobody. You can't depend on the federal government. Biden is not coming to save you, and I'll be damned if you think that Kamala Harris is going to save you. You can forget it. And the thing about Republicans, and I tell people this all the time, it's not about whether or not they're going to save you or not. That's not what the Republican Party stands for. The Republican Party stands for putting Americans first. And that, you see that American flag over there? It's a good neighborhood. It stands for putting the American people first. And what that means is that they want to give you the opportunity to be able to take advantage of what you've paid into and remove government from it so that you can really be able to run it up. That's what putting Americans first is. It's a good neighborhood. You see that Trump sign over there? See that Trump sign right there? It's a good neighborhood over here. Looking good. Listen, I love you. I appreciate you. Be careful. Don't depend on them. They can't help you.